We've got more Cavs drama for you folks, and this time it's their newest addition, Isiah Thomas. Brian Windhorst said on the 6 o'clock Sports Center last night that Thomas is, quote, frustrating his teammates right now because he's a guy who has the ball in his hands a lot. He controls the ball. He dribbles the ball a lot. He doesn't pass the ball much. It's getting on his teammates' nerves. Max, to start with you, how much legitimacy do you give this?
I don't give it legitimacy. And that is not to say that it's not true. Isiah's taken a lot of shots, especially in the second unit. I'm sure people aren't happy. I'm sure Dwayne Wade's not happy about that. But that's not, that will be an issue now. What did they expect when this guy got there? A major offensive piece.
Thank you. Did you guys get Isiah Thomas to shoot the basketball? I mean, what else is he good for, really? The man's 5'9". What, did you expect him to be a lockdown defender? You idiots. Of course he needs to warm up and get used to the team. So, in regards to everybody on the second unit saying they're mad, keep quiet. He's getting paid the big bucks. The kid needs to shoot the ball. Okay, Max, continue.
Never played with before, with a bad hip, who doesn't have his basketball legs yet, is on a minutes restriction, can't play the second of back-to-back. I mean, he's what, in his 5th or 6th game of the preseason, which is like 10 games, right? Then you get to the regular season, then you'd expect almost half a season before they're really clicking on all cylinders. Well, they got about a half season left. That's how long it will take for him to properly adjust. Now, in terms of the criticism, Stephen A., and you brought it up earlier in the show, I look at Dwayne Wade. Because Dwayne Wade was brought up as an NBA player in the culture of Pat Riley. That is an intense way of doing things, and it's a winning way. It's not the only winning way, but it is a winning way and an intense way, and Dwayne Wade expects that from those around him. So if he's in the second unit with Isiah Thomas, he's not getting the ball, and he knows Isaiah's in a walk year, of course the assumption I would assume that Dwayne Wade makes is this dude is playing for a contract. Now, who is most likely to whisper in LeBron's ear, Stephen A. Smith, on the Cavs in a way that LeBron is receptive to, right?
It would be D-Wade.
It would be Dwayne Wade, but my point is this. Isiah Thomas is not a stupid man. He's also a winning player. We just saw him on a winning team in Boston last year where he was the focal point, the engine of the team, but he made good decisions with the ball when he got to the paint. He shared the ball when he had to, even though he scored first, obviously. And here's the thing that I can't reconcile. Isiah knows you don't get paid for traditional counting points anymore. You don't get paid for that. Stephen A., the proof is he was averaging 22 and Sacramento got less than $7 million a year. He knows you have to be a winning player, a coachable player, a guy who gets along with his teammates, who moves the ball when he has to in addition to being able to score. So I don't buy that Isiah Thomas is here now just going crazy trying to get his numbers, trying to score because he's looking for money. It didn't work the last time. Not that he was trying to do that, but that doesn't work, and I think he knows that. I think Dwayne Wade here, my reading of it, is frustrated by the fact that Isiah is not yet in real NBA winning basketball shape or form and not used to playing with these teammates. And I don't think he's giving Isiah enough room to get there. That's my reading of it.
About D-Wade?
About D-Wade, because that's the guy who would be annoyed playing in the second unit with Isiah if Isaiah's taking all the shots.
I disagree. Here's the deal. I think that D-Wade, I'm not going to sit there and say he's a model citizen, even though I think he's pretty damn close.
I think D-Wade need to relax. Even though he's playing some good basketball right now, even though he's one of my all-time favorites, relax, my man. This is not your team. You don't have a starting role. Relax. You did start. They put you back to the bench. There was a reason for that. Relax. Let Isiah take his shots. Because when it comes down to it, Bron is going to need Isiah more than he's going to need Wade. And I'm willing to argue that with anybody.
To it, he's a consummate professional. He's a 3-time champion. And his legacy has been established. He has nothing to prove. I think it was tough for JR. I look at LeBron, and I hold LeBron responsible somewhat for all of this.
Tough for JR? JR's trash. What do you want? Honestly, JR is a starting fucking shooting guard in the National Basketball Association. And he doesn't put up starting shooting guard numbers. Hence, you're trash.
Here's why. In the offseason, from what I was told, J.R. Smith was working his tail off, working his butt off, coming in early, working on his...
Shit, it ain't showed it in his play.
...game and doing the kind of things that, to be quite honest with you, would make LeBron James very, very proud. Because LeBron James works out. You know, he's a workout warrior, okay? And LeBron loved it. until D-Wade arrived. And then when D-Wade arrived, D-Wade's in the starting lineup. He starts a couple of games, 3 games to be exact. J.R. Smith was soaking on the bench, as I pointed out after the season opener, which got him in an uproar, stuff like that. You would think I said something personal. I'm talking about what the hell you're doing on national television, but that's neither here nor there. The point that I'm trying to make is that because of that, it took things back, because you once thought you had this relationship. You once thought you had established a level of comfortability, and all of a sudden that wasn't the case. D-Wade sees this.
The dude's ace shows up.
Yeah. D-Wade sees this and is like, it's cool. I can deal with going to the bench. Not that it was entirely his decision. Tyronn Lue is the coach. Obviously, he had something to do with it. But the point is, D-Wade is big enough to come off the bench because he doesn't have anything to prove the way that somebody like JR may feel he has something to do. I'm not going to blame D-Wade for that. I'm going to applaud D-Wade for that, because one of the reasons that I initially thought that J.R. Smith should have never been taken out of the starting lineup is because I knew D-Wade could handle coming off the bench and he could prolong his career. Whereas J.R. Smith, you know what? You were 6th man of the year, but you're not looking at yourself like that now. You won a championship a couple of years ago. You established yourself as arguably the best perimeter defender on the squad. So your attitude was, I deserve to be in this starting lineup. Similar to a lesser degree when Allen Iverson arrived in Detroit. Richard Hamilton was like, ain't no way in hell I'm coming off the bench. I'm the one that's got a championship, not him. I ain't bending one bit. You doubt it? Speak to Bennett Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Chauncey, and everybody else. Rip was not having it, okay? Even though Chauncey was gone because obviously AI was there. But I'm just saying, everybody that knows Rip Hamilton knows he wasn't having that, okay? So it was just that kind of situation. I'm saying to you that ultimately, in this respect, LeBron's a big boy. I'm not criticizing him. He knows that he gets most of the praise and he's worthy of it, and he tries to bring his game every day. But he is the leader. And when you have this level of dysfunctionality raking through this franchise like a virus right now, you can't call yourself the leader one day and then skate away and act like you have nothing to do with it. I'm not accusing him of doing that. I'm just simply saying it's something he cannot do. So, and when you talk about those player relations, and you talk about players' mentality and all of these other things, Max has got to come back to LeBron, because you got to know, because D-Wade was your boy, and you won championships with him, and you went to 4 straight NBA Finals with him, you got to know his personality, which you do, but you also got to know the man in J.R. Smith that, you brought up, because J.R. Smith became a player on another level once he arrived in Cleveland, and he really tried to ingratiate himself with LeBron. You got all of that working out. If you're LeBron, the king, you understand, the ringmaster, you got to know those personalities, see what's best for the team, and make sure your voice is heard in that particular situation. I don't think LeBron did that well enough. And anything that's going on with JR right now, even though JR's got to make shots because he's been shooting just putridly this season.
JR, you been trashed this season. You feel me? But when has JR came through? Anybody want to tell me? Anybody? I'll wait. Okay, thank you. So they might need to get rid of Isiah, because that's about the only piece that they could really trade. They could trade Love, but at the same token, I say what they need is a rim protector. DeAndre Jordan, in my opinion. You need to keep Isiah because you need points. Bron can't score. You can't just trade Kyrie away and not fucking have nobody to replace some of the points Kyrie would have gave you. So, with all that being said, are they willing? Maybe they should. Maybe they shouldn't. I can't call it. But what I do know is you got to give IT some more time so he can get in the system and they can really gel together. But anyways, man, I'm going to holler at you. It's that nigga Dooley speaking once again. That Gas, the #1 sports analyst out here. Okay? Now, holla at me. Follow me on Twitter at Dooley Does This. Holla.